Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Celestial Journey. So today we have the Smeltery Part 2. Now I was considering, originally my plan was to have our ores get sent up to about right in here probably, or go up top into the market, and they were going to travel via minecart. But I got to thinking, and really, this system, even though it's using the smelteries and stuff that are normally considered slow, especially once we move to blazing pyrotheum and things like that, and running, this many smelteries, I just worry about the speed of hoppers and if it's going to be fast enough to move the ores as fast as we need them to be. Because originally my plan was to have it pick up items down here on a time-based system, go upstairs, and then have a comparator system that reads and sends the cart back down here when it's emptied. When we're pumping out 21 ores in seconds and everything's up and running, I just don't know. I feel like that would lead to overflow. So I don't think I'm going to do that simply because of that reason. We will use some minecart systems coming from farms like to the market and stuff like that. But I don't think here would be a good idea to do it here. I think that would be better with certain little farms and things like that. I think we'd have less issue. Because if I did it from here, I'd probably want 2 or 3 minecarts. And I don't know. I just feel like that might be too much. Especially just feeding over to this little stall area. I just don't think that it's a good idea. So I don't think we're going to do the minecart with chest here. I think it would just be more useful to use conduits here because I know this pack and I know how much metals we're going to want, and otherwise I'm going to have to rely a lot on magical crops or something for faster transfer. Because once we get to like singularities, and we start making 14,100 blocks of iron. I mean that's a long time down the road, but I don't. Thinking about moving that with a hopper is worrisome. It's very, very worrisome. So yeah, we're going to use conduits here, and what we're going to do, I've got pulsating iron. That's right. This is the cheap one. I don't have to worry about that part. We're going to go ahead and just plug up conduits all down through here underneath our casting basins, and these of course are going to move our ingots for us. And I believe these furnaces we were extracting on brown, correct? Yes, we're extracting on brown. So I want to do the same thing over here. I want to extract on brown. That's going to be our general input line, and so we're going to set it to brown, and we're going to say always active, and then set it to brown, always active. And one thing, I'll do the rest of that off camera, but one thing I did add over here is I actually added 2 sneaky levers right here, and I've got some redstone conduit that's pulling out the signal from there, and it's just running it over to here. Basically just running through the same conduit line. I can't even move down here. Running through the same conduit line. It's not plugged up into the drain, as you can see. It's just running through the same block space as that. And that way, this is all set to active with signal. And that way, I can shut this off if I want to. And I'm probably going to put like redstone lamps or some kind of like little light source where these sneaky levers are. Just so it tells me, okay, this one's turned on, so it's pulling liquids out. Right? And I think that was active with signal, and I think all these I set to active with signal also. So if there's a signal, if the light is on, that means it's active. It's pulling stuff out, and that way I can just double check if I have any issues. But that way I can turn things off if I want the fluids in here or something like that. I can stop it and let those build up, and then turn it back on or whatever. So just a heads up there. But I'm gonna finish setting all these to brown, and I guess I could get a conduit probe, but it's usually I don't have one crafted and available, I usually don't worry about it. Because it would take me just as long to go craft it as it would to set all these. So. Okay, those should all be plugged up now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run... yeah, we'll say from here. Now I'm going to have to go kind of under the floor because I've got these casting channels. And probably just run it right underneath them. It's going to be extra painting machine work, but that's fine. Once we get everything ran, this is one of those rooms where it's just a whole lot easier to lay out all your machinery first. And then do the build, because it would be a nightmare at the moment to try to do this while keeping a build intact. That would just be wasting my time, truth be told. So, and technically I could build these smelteries taller. I might, but honestly I don't know that it's going to be needed. I mean, they could be a lot bigger, but I just don't think it's going to be necessary because, truth be told, once this is all up and running, even like before blazing pyrotheum, this thing is going to chuck out like alloys and metals as fast probably as any machine. Maybe. Maybe not quite as fast as some like with like full speed upgrades and stuff in them, but it's actually going to chuck out metals and alloys pretty quick once everything's all said and done. Because I don't want to sacrifice speed for our system, but I want it to be a lot cooler than just, here's another pulverizer red furnace combo. You know, that gets so boring for me. Okay, so that stuff's all plugged up, and then what I have to do is I just have to run it up stairs. And I'm going to run it back, actually. Just because I don't know what's going to go on the wall here. I don't think an alloy smelter is going to go here. Because I think alloys will be on the other side, but I don't know. Something else may come into this area. We'll see. And then we're going to run it... well... I guess I'll take that copper. I'm not really in any need. We're also going to have some metals from our ore berries, too. Coming in. We need to get that farm set up. Originally, that was going to be one of the first things I did, but gatherers and power, since we're doing it the way that we are, it's a little bit more tricky. So it didn't become like a priority thing for a bit. Alright, so there's our drawer controller. We're going to say that you can insert on brown. There we go. And we shouldn't be extracting anything down here. So we'll just leave that as is. And then we'll just run that over. But what I want to do is I just want to get a wee wood chest. Those are default recipe. I don't care to change them because I've got infinite wood at this point. And I'm just not worried about it. But we're going to put that there. That's just kind of an overflow chest is what it's going to be. Like, just in case I can see from up there at a glance if something's going on in my forge that I need to be aware of. Is all that that's for. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and just plug that up. And then we're going to set this to priority of, say, 10. And we're going to set this to brown channel insert. It's going to be on a lower priority though. And yeah, there we go. That's been pulled out. And I think, yeah, okay. And that'll also tell me if I need storage upgrades, because chances are once this starts running, I'm going to need storage upgrades pretty quick. So let me go ahead and dump these, and then we get to have some fun. So, I think everything's ready to go. Now, this will run out of lava. We're going to be dealing with the lava system in a little bit. And like I said, later on, we'll automate blazing pyrotheum and run that through here. And, you know, probably stop running lava at that point to anywhere except for the seared furnace. Can the seared furnace use blazing pyrotheum, or does it only... I've actually never tried it with anything beyond lava. So I'm not sure. I might have to test that. Interesting thought. Okay, So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and release. That's going to start filling this stuff up with all this assorted metal junk. And then here shortly, we're going to have metal start running through the veins of this area. There we go. Iron, it takes a little bit longer to smelt. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to right click, and that's going to start pumping iron in mass into this. It's actually going to be chunking out metals. I love it. And then we're going to go ahead and release this, which this is going to start sending our cinnabar and stuff over. Oh no. We're going to have to put a filter on this, in fact. Because what's happening is, I didn't think about that. The seared furnace sees this as, like, okay, I can pull this out. Am I already backed up on iron? Am I really? I had no iron in there. If you recall, last episode I used up all of it. And for it to already be backed up. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. But it's chucking out like 20-something iron, you know, constant. So that kind of is to be expected, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, so I'll do filters on these furnaces here in just a moment. Oh, but it has ran through the iron now, and it's now running out. Oh, it did that. Yeah, it's made an absolute mess of this. I'm just going through right now and setting all these to extract on the green channel, and they're pumping it and sorting it out just to get my tables cleared here. And this is the leftover whatever metal that is. Looks like a little bit of iron that got sent over. It's playing musical chairs at the moment. Okay. Well, what I need to do, let me see. Let me fix this now that our metals have mostly been sorted. There's that. How much metals? Oh, there's like 30 blocks of iron, 14 blocks of aluminum, 22 blocks of tin. Where are we at on... It's eating through all the tin, all the silver. It's eating through all of this. It's just working on pumping it all out at the moment. I mean, we can make this easier just by putting a conduit there. Just pump out. But let me do that for at least for right now, because there's so much ore in here. And that way I could get like a constant stream going too. That does look really cool. It's like hypnotizing in a way. Oh my gosh. How much? It's just like copper. Is that all the metals though? Yeah, it now has everything. It doesn't have everything smelted yet, as you can see, which I hate whenever that happens because it wastes lava. But it shouldn't do that now. I could put the conduits down here so they like feed over into that, which would be fine. I might do that. I just wanted to get something set up real quick. Okay. I took a step back and I was doing some thinking. I think I know what we're going to do. But I had an idea, and we're going to add it in later. But for right now, what we're going to do is we are going to put filters on this, on the fluid. And like this one, we're going to say whitelist, and it's going to be, this one's going to be molten iron. And there we go. And then we'll go on to the next one, and we're going to add a filter. And this one will be molten copper. Okay, I think I've got it all set up. So if I release that now, it'll start pumping it in, but it's only going to do one at a time. Cool. It's not ideal. We can do casting basins, and we will. I have a plan for those, though. I want to leave this as is. Because I want to have a system where I can switch it, I think. And realistically, casting basins aren't that much faster than casting tables. They're a little bit faster to run it that way, but it's not a huge difference. I don't know. I'll have to look around and see. I'll just see what options I have for... I mean, long term, it's really not going to be that big of an issue because right now it's running basically a bunch of stuff that had piled up on me. Well, that's fine for now. Okay, well, I have a plan for a casting basin system. We may set that up this episode. We'll see. Oh, I haven't slotted Ardite. That's right. One thing I do want to do is I want to set this to extract on the brown channel as well. Now, right now, it's not going to be doing anything. I want to make sure that self-feed is not enabled on this. And the reason being, that way if I come upstairs and I pull something out, like Ardite, and I slot it in right here, it's going to go ahead and it's going to pull the rest of that Ardite out of there. So if I put storage upgrades in iron and tin, then it's going to go ahead and pull all that out and fill it up for me. So I need storage upgrades in just about all these. I mean, it's making ingots quick. It just can't handle more than one metal at a time. And we're going to do a casting basin system also. Yeah, I just need more iron to do all that. So casting basins elsewhere, that pumped over and ran through casting basins also that are dedicated, and that way it can just store the liquid, whatever doesn't make a block. And I think between the basins and the tables, I mean, it's going to keep up. Right now it's just backed up is the problem, I think. But once we have we'll put the tables as a higher priority and then the basins after that, perhaps. Or maybe make it a system where it can switch over. Well, anyways, this is up and running very slowly. But let's go ahead and drop a few upgrades into these. I'm definitely going to want more in copper. I know that. And so, yeah, it's going to start pulling out the tin from that that's been backing up. Now, of course, you could do compacting drawers. I'm not a fan of compacting drawers, as you guys probably know. I can't stand things. I hate drawer controllers too, but they're a necessary evil usually. So, I used one here, but that's just to make my life a bit easier. Okay, this is moved over to silver. Okay. Part of me wants to make like a big array of like, maybe like 6 or 9 tables for each ingot. So we can just really quickly. I missed that. I missed that time whenever it was doing that. But yeah, well, anyways, I've got some ideas to fix that and make it faster and better. But without something like Steve's Factory Manager, Integrated Dynamics, RF Tools Control. Do we have that, actually? No, we don't have RF Tools Control. Yeah, without something like that. But we'll do the basin system here in a little bit. Anyways, moving on though. One thing I do need to do, because of course this ran out of lava during the run, and this one over here ran out of lava during the run. I had to put some lava in those. And I don't want to have to do that manually. So we're going to set up a lava system for this room. And to do that, we are going to need to make ourselves some ritual stones. Master and regular. And I'm going to need a bunch of dark steel for this, basically. And unfortunately, dark steel is one of those that I'm going to have to pretty much use the alloy smelter for, just because I'm going to have to make steel. And unfortunately, there's no way to alloy steel in the smeltery controller in this pack. That makes 2. I don't necessarily need a ton to start with, but I am going to have to make some. I've got a little bit of dark steel, but not enough. So let me grab that. which I'm going to have to get this sag milled first. So, go ahead and start the pushing over. Okay, so while that's running, another thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get an activation crystal. So we're just going to go for the weak activation crystal. I'm going to have to get, fire water for this. Okay, so I'm going to have to get a vat. That's actually not too bad. After some of the stuff that I've been having to make, this isn't too bad. Okay, and while I'm at this, what does it take to get the painting machine? That's not bad. I'll get a painting machine crafted up too, because I'm going to need one for cleaning up this build down here. For sure. And then I'm also going to go ahead and get some casting basins together probably. And I'll be back here in just a bit once I get this stuff all sorted out. Okay, it's been about an hour and a half. I did this. I'm going to battle this slow speed. I haven't ran this yet, but it took a little bit, and I pretty much had to clean up my original settings and reset everything. But I made this little clipboard here, and it has all of our metals, and I realized iridium, that's one that we did not have. So I went ahead and slotted that, not in the drawers, but into this system. So we've got iron, copper, cobalt, ardite, gold, lead, silver, tin, nickel, aluminum, platinum, and iridium. And then key alloys, I put tin here because that was the most that I could have in this category, but I didn't end up running 10. But I've got Invar, Inderium, Bronze, Electrum, Energetic Alloy, Conductive Iron, Vibrant Alloy, Pulsating Iron. Bear in mind that these are only alloys that we'll be creating through the alloy smelter. And then I have my lesser alloys. I could have up to 21 of those, and I have it's supposed to be Miriam, which I don't think is really used for anything, but I went ahead and slotted it just in case we ever decide to run it. It might be used somewhere oddly for something, I don't know. It's actually one of my favorite alloys, but it doesn't get used a whole lot because it's like magical. Alumite, Constantan, Signalum, Lumium, Night Slime, Pig Iron, Manulent, and Aluminum Brass are the ones that I classified as lessers. And what I did was I ran, if you take a look here, like there's iron, this one's like copper, and then tin, and so on. And then once we go a little bit farther back, you can see that there's like energetic alloy, this one's vibrant alloy, and so on. So our key alloys and all of our metals are running through casting basins, in addition to a second casting basin for iron and copper. These back ones here are extra copper and iron. Set it at -1 priority. These up here are set at a 0 priority. And then I have some ingot slots for, like, if we take a look, I hear an Enderman somewhere. I'm going to have to go kill him. But like aluminum, if you take a look here, this one is set to a 1 priority. So it should be making ingots and then falling back on the basins. And if it has a second basin, it'll fill that. And so the lesser alloys are slotted through here. And then I think every single, like, base metal also has a slot in the ingots. So they should pump out quite a bit quicker now. And if we release this, and I did get some stuff crafted, and it's been a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I had to make more conduits and everything. I really would like to know okay, now I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm just jumping down into spooky stuff. I can hunt Endermen a lot easier. Plus I actually have them in a soul vial. I could just spawn them. But anyways, if we go ahead and activate this now. Okay, it looks like it's pumping out cobalt at the moment. So you can see it's making ingots of cobalt and sending those out, and then it's trying to make a block of cobalt. Now, right now, you'll notice that these I have set up to the blue channel for extraction, for item extraction, from the basins only. And the reason being, as you guys know, probably. I don't like to store my metals, at least the stuff coming from the smelter. I don't like to store them as blocks. I'm not a big fan of compacting drawers. I got burned by them a lot in the past, like in 1.7. They may be better now, but I don't trust them because AE2 and other systems don't read compacting drawers very well. But then in addition, I'd rather store the stuff from the smeltery in ingot form, and then if I want to compact as a central compacting system to store blocks, then I'll do that, you know, coming from all of our different methods of obtaining metals. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a couple factorizers. These things are super cheap at this point. They're super cheap. We're going to go ahead and set up a couple factorizers, one here, and we're going to go ahead and say that you can insert and output out the back. Yeah, that'll work. And let's pop up here, and we're going to just set these. We're going to say that you can insert on blue, you can extract on brown, always active, and insert. And if we take a look now, it probably got that block of cobalt. Maybe. Oh, and I need to set these to split mode. There we go. There's the cobalt, and it turns it into cobalt ingots, then pumps it out. And then set this one to split. Almost forgot. And then we'll do the same thing on this one. We'll set it to extract on brown, insert on blue. Okay. And that way it's just, you know, it's taking care of those blocks. It's changing them into ingots and then sending them on their way. So if we set this to run now, you can see there's a little bit of cobalt left in the system. That's fine. Once I run more cobalt, it'll fill out that block the rest of the way and take care of it. And you can see that's ran some platinum through there also. And iron is making 2 blocks at a time and 1 ingot at a time. So, I mean, 19 at a time, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I think it's going to be plenty, especially once it's done being backed up. I think that'll be good. I do hate seeing all these empty basins. I'd rather see it how we first had it. It's like shoo, 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 just pumping out ingots. But it gets a little bit wild and crazy, though, when we start running, especially when it's not backed up and we're running like single ores and stuff like that. You know, it's not going to work out very well for us. Okay, so that stuff's taken care of. And I also crafted up, first I crafted a basic item filter, and I was like, no, what am I doing? And so then I crafted up a couple advanced item filters. What we're going to do is we need to get all of these. I also need to get cinnabar, yellowite. I might have yellowite already slotted, and simerite. And I think I have all of those already slotted up here. And I do have yellorium. Okay. I do not have simerite or... Okay. And I had to make another stack of dark steel too. That was cool. Because that stack that we ran, plus the almost stack that I had, oh, I forgot this was over here, was not enough. So, fun times. Once again, you can get better output out of these if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. Same with simerite. Same with yellowite. Pretty much everything except for the Divine RPG stuff you can get better output on. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to pop in an advanced item filter into here, and we're going to slot in all of these. And not on the insert, I'm sorry, on the extract. And then we'll do the same thing over here. And if it comes a point where we actually have so many things that need to go through here that we don't have slots, then we'll just say that, like, you know, this furnace can't do, say, netherite, or it can't do cinnabar or something, and we'll add something else in its place, you know. But 10 slots is pretty good, I think, to get us started with. And then now we can just hit that, and it's going to pump this stuff in here. It's going to smelt it, but it's not going to pull it out until it's, you know, it reaches its kind of finished product state, which is what we want to see. And let me just drop all this stuff into there. I will have to slot Quicksilver and Simerite. I'll do that next time I'm up there, which will probably be in just a second, actually. And you can see it's dumped in all this stuff. There was some Quicksilver that just got pulled out. There was something that just got pulled out. And that Quicksilver is about to go too. There we go. Okay, so that's up and working now. And we can leave that unplugged. That one pretty much handles itself. And then this is working out pretty good. It looks like we have so much metal. It's from my one-man quarry thing going on. You can see, I mean, I haven't gotten a lot of lead and gold. I haven't really reached those layers just yet. But I'm getting close. I'm getting very close. And silver and all that stuff. Yeah, I went from like no iron to like 8.5 stacks of iron so quick. And then copper, oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways, we've got that. Now what we need to do is we have to go set up our vat. Well, actually, we can go ahead and make our infusion stones, our ritual stones. These things are crazy expensive in this pack. I am going to need... I just realized I didn't make enough. I need more dark steel. No. No, I don't want it. Okay, 1 second. I think that's the last of the pulverized coal I've got on me. I had some in a chest from... It was left in the sag mill, like leftover. But anyways, I'm going to need 16 reinforced slates. And we're going to be automating slates before too long, I will say. Just finished the reinforced slates. So, wait, does the master... Oh, wait, the master doesn't take... It takes... okay. Glad those aren't imbued. That would be a pain. Absolute pain. Oh, by the way, I don't think I showed this last episode, but I did put fire mills in here. Okay, there we go. There's 6 ritual stones. Let me go ahead and get 4 more of those. I'm going to need a bunch more of these too to actually finish out the room where I want it. And then I need more dark steel. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm out of obsidian. I'm going to have to get obsidian farm going soon. Some sort of way. We could do it with our lava system we're going to be setting up, but until I automate life essence, I really don't want to do that. I don't know what it takes to make obsidian seeds in this pack. Let's take a look at that. They're tier 3. And they're not that expensive, actually. The stuff on the runic altar is not too bad because we're close to it. I mean, I could push for this. We'd have to go to Wildwood, and we're going to be doing that soon, but... yeah, so we might push on for obsidian seeds before too long. I need to get the runic altar anyways because I need to get hopper hawks. I need to get... well, I need to get a lot of things, actually. Okay, so... We've got that. Okay, we could go ahead and set up the vat. So for the fire crystal... no, it's lava crystal. We're going to need 2 blocks of energetic alloy, and we're going to need 3 buckets of fire water, 3 buckets of lava. Fire water is created with blaze powder and redstone for 1,000 millibuckets. So I'll need 3 of each of those. And then hooch is water. We need to look at the multipliers here. I don't think there's any multipliers for fire water, but poison potatoes and sugar. I guess it really doesn't matter. It seems like the water... Yeah, the water's not all that different. I'm probably just going to go with, like, 3 potatoes and 3 sugar, to be honest. I can't remember. Does the vat retain its inventory? Because if so, I'd go ahead and fill it up with water here. I guess I could check it real quick. I think it does. Yeah, it does. And let me go ahead and get like 4 more buckets of water. Because I'm going to need 4,000 to 1,000 on the hooch. And later on we will be automating the vat a bit. But not right this second. Let's go ahead and drop that on there. And I'm just going to steal this upgrade. I'm going to drop it into there. And then we'll go ahead and throw in our potatoes and our sugar. Let that start running. Okay, so there's 3 buckets of hooch. And, okay, we can't. I was thinking there was a way to move output tank to input tank, but I guess not. We'll just go ahead and throw that into there. And then we'll get our fire water running. And then let's go ahead and get our 4 blocks of dark steel while that's running. And then let's pop down. Let's get our ritual stone. So there's that. And there's our 3 buckets of fire water. Awesome. And then we need the 3 buckets of lava. Oh, and the energetic alloy. Actually, I know I don't have very much of that. Okay, that one's got the conductive iron. Let's go ahead and do, over here we're going to do energetic alloy. I'll have to update the sign. That's fine. Molten energetic alloy. And we'll just toss that into there so that can start running. Oh, and something neat, this is already finished. Hasn't even been that long. You can see there's a mix of different metals that are kind of hanging out in basins. And there's a little bit of lead in there. That's fine. If it hangs out in there. No issue. I will definitely want pyrotheum over in the alloys section. I think. But once we get these set up, once we have more materials coming in, we set these up to be automatic, it's not going to be too bad. So, but anyways, while we're waiting, what we're going to do, if I recall correctly, I think this is how the ritual is laid out. We're going to put our master ritual stone here. And what's it take to make a ritual diviner? What? No! Well, I think it's the fire inscription tool. We're about to actually just draw this out ourselves, because I think it's just like this, to be honest. And then I think that these are fire, but we can find out once we get the there goes our energetic alloy, because the ritual diviner is only for automatically laying it out. Normally I would go for that like immediately, but I think it might be easier not to. Okay, so there's our 2 energetic alloy blocks. And let's pop over, turn this into a lava crystal, and then make our activation crystal. Gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. Let's go ahead. Boom, there's our lava crystal. Quest complete. And we'll go ahead and get this running. We're able to keep up pretty easy with hot pumpkin pie, even without doing the regen potions. There we go. There is our activation crystal. Okay, so we've bound it to us. Quest complete. I need to actually check my quests, because I haven't been checking them and just letting them kind of fill up. And I got my painting machine as well. I'll have to plug that up. Okay. So, let me pop over. And I am going to have to get some more blood in my blood orb, but... Okay, no. It's close, but I need to drop these. And I'm going to drop them actually down to here. I think that's where I want it setting. But they're on the same layer as the Master Ritual Stone. Could have swore they were up, but yeah, these are our fire inscription now. So what we need to do is I need to get a fire inscription tool whipped up real quick. These are cheap, but I am gonna have to get more netherite, I think. But beyond that, they're not too bad. And I need 6 simple stimulants. So, alright, give me just a second to get this together. And we'll get our elemental inscription tool, and then we'll be in business. We will get the ritual diviner, but not just yet. Because I don't feel like messing with it right this second. I've got to do mining soon. Actually, I just need to dig the lower sections of my base for a little bit because I'm starting to get low on redstone again. And I need some. I've got enough right now for what we're doing, but I'm going to need some. Oh yeah, pull this out. I want to grab silver and not tin. So, GG me. I've actually got a lot of Cyclops eyes building up, by the way. Which is good. Because that's mana spreaders. I want to pop you guys in real quick because I found dimensional shards. And I have no space for them. There we go. We will probably not need these for a very long time, but eventually we will need them. So, I'm going to go ahead and snag them. Okay. My Invar is done. And then over here we've got our Embustio. I need to move that pitstone actually. Oh. I've got to get that smelting up real quick. And there's our fire base. Okay, great. Great stuff. And I've been pumping lots and lots of life points into this. It's actually full right now, so that's good. Let's go ahead and toss our fire base in there, get this crafted up. And I need to make a divination sigil before too long. I really do. Redstone blank slate. Yeah, let's make one of those real quick also. Quest complete. Right. Okay, it's getting precarious. I have 5 redstone. I need to go mining soon. Okay, let's do our arcane ashes. Throw some redstone in there and a blank slate. Get that running. There we go. There's our divination sigil. So we have 25,000 life points right now in our blood network. Okay. So what we're going to do, let's take our inscription tool for fire. Right click, right click, right click, right click. And then what I need to do, I need to block this off for right now. I'm thinking I'll probably put glass around it. And I have an idea for, we're going to have kind of piping that goes up out of there. But what we're going to do, and I wish I had wheel right now, but I don't. It would make our lives a little bit easier, but I don't. So, hit that. Boom. Rush of energy flows to the ritual. And now that we've got that, that's Serenade of the Nether. If I take lava, it replaces it. But it takes about 500 life points every time. So just a heads up on that. Okay, I've been out gathering some obsidian and I got some redstone. So, a little bit. I haven't actually been mining all that much outside of like certain things because I didn't really have a proper ore processing system. Power was so limited, so I was just getting what I needed. But now I can actually gather up lots of things. It's great. Alright, so what we're going to do now, let's go ahead and we're going to make ourselves a tank. And the tank that we're going to make is going to be the open blocks tank. These right here. Because I want fluid storage that is visible. So let's go ahead. There's 12. That should be plenty for right now. And right now I'm going to be doing my collection manually from this. And the reason being I don't have what I actually want, which is a wheel farm yet. We're going to be working on that here soon enough though. And then we don't have to worry about collection because blood magic will take care of it for us. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have our, we're going to have our tank setting here. And I guess that's okay for now. And on the plus side, since I'm doing this manually, I can keep an eye on my life points because it's 500 life points per bit of lava. And also, let me go ahead, put that right there. And I'm going to drain out what's in here. We got 945. I almost got this filled up. Yeah, now I'm starting to get nausea. Because it means I don't have... I'm starting to run low on life essence, basically. And so if I dump a little bit more in there... There we go. That'll take care of that. Alright. And I think we're pretty good on lava. I'm going to go ahead and pretty much top it off. I know I've got like a weird amount in there right now. But that's fine. We've got... Yeah, I can put one more bucket in here. So, okay. And this is fine too because I don't have the auto blood system up and running yet. We'll be getting to that before too long also. But okay, so we've got that set up. And then what I want to do, we're going to have to run... Originally, I was planning on using casting channels to move this lava and having it kind of crisscross with these veins. But the problem that I worry about is lag. With the casting channels having... Because they'd basically be full of lava all the time. You know, especially long term. And that's kind of a concern. So I think in that case we might go with like conduit. So let me go craft up some fluid conduits. I'm going to be going with just the standard cheapy conduits because there's really no reason to go with anything better than that at the moment. There's our quite clear glass. And we'll go ahead and get ourselves a batch of conduits. And what we're going to do, let's run, that's why I left these back here open. And we'll just run this out, I think right here should be good. Yeah, and we'll just go under here. We can use the painting machine. You have to make so many facades, it's going to be amazing. So that's connected up. I want to focus on this side first, and then if we have enough, we'll move it over there. If not, I'll just do that later. This is not a big deal. I've got enough lava in the alloy section to keep us in an okay position for a while. Until I'll start running some mass alloys, and it's probably a lot of the alloys that we're going to be running through here. I won't be running a ton of those until we get our mob farm area set up, or at least started. And that's because of the fact that I don't have ender pearls really at the moment. So, okay, so there's our lava system. I'm going to go ahead and say extract is always active on this. And we'll go ahead and turn off insert. And so then if I take my Yeta wrench and I right click here, there we go. We should have lava start coming through. And here in a second, this will start filling up. It's got to kind of back up this whole thing. But that's fine. We should be able to check these here in a minute. Oh, that one's full. I just saw it fill up. There we go. But you can see it's drained quite a bit of lava out of here already. But that's fine. I can manually fill it back up. And then I've got to run lava over to these as well. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have just enough on me. I can make up some more here in a minute. But yeah, there we go. So that's plugged up. It can start pumping lava over to these, which it's doing. And then I just have to run lava over to these four. And then later on, whenever we change over to blazing pyrotheum, then we can handle that. And just kind of, basically whenever we do that, we'll stop extracting from that tank and let them run out. And then it'll start filling up with blazing pyrotheum after that, I think. But for now, we're not ready for blazing pyrotheum just yet. Yeah, so I got that ran over. Got to run that over and then run it down the middle, plug it up into this line. And I don't really have much lava in here now at the moment anyways. So yeah, I think that's a good point for us. So now, which this will all plug in, like I said, it'll plug into kind of our sorting system later on, and so everything will just get sent down here, taken care of, and then if we need alloys, all we have to do is plug up our sorting system, which may be Corporea. Still on the fence, but yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards Corporea since we're going like full mana with our power and kind of doing things totally different than normal. I'm really considering it. So if you guys want to let me know down in the comments what you think, if you'd rather have Corporea instead of AE2, it's going to be different. It's going to be fun. If we do add if we do end up doing Corporea, I might add Incorporeal to the pack. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Corporea is usually like heavily overlooked in packs. I don't know why it's hated as much as it is, because actually, if you're willing to put the time to learn it and set it up, I mean, it's a lot more setup than AE2. You know, we did a setup on Sprout, and of course on here it'd be even bigger because, you know, the recipes and things like that. So yeah, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and if you think if we do Corporea, should we add Incorporeal? It'll make things a lot more fun. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that. So, and I hope you guys like this setup. I mean, we've still got a bit of stuff to do, but after adding the casting basins, I'm really happy with it. Because we can pump out things in different ways. I mean, technically we could do it all through casting basins, but I don't know. I like having the ingots. Personally, I like watching the ingots cast just as much, if not more, than the casting basins. But I like having kind of a mix. I think it worked out pretty good. So, and whenever this room is running, it's so much fun to watch. I didn't really get a whole lot of time to sit and watch it today, but I got to watch it a little bit, which was kind of cool. So, it actually chunks through ores pretty quick, I gotta say. I'm very happy about that. And we still have more to add, because you notice this wall doesn't have anything. And I have plans for that. And also, of course, alloy smelters will be over here making the other alloys. Solarium, dark steel, conductive iron, stuff like that over here. We'll have a dedicated alloy smelter for each one. So one alloy smelter dedicated to just making dark steel. One alloy smelter just dedicated to making conductive iron, and so on. Which I think will be only like 4 or 6 alloy smelters that we need over here. So yeah, that should be good. I notice these open blocks tanks, ever since I set them up, it causes my frames to hiccup. I don't know. I may not stick with them. I'm not sure. But we'll see. We shall see. I'm going to give it some time and test around with it and see what I want to do. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a bit of a process. A bit of a whole lot different than just a pulverizer and redstone furnace. But it's been fun. It's been really fun, and it's had a lot of... When I first plugged it up and everything just went wrong, I was like, no! But everything, I think, sorted out nicely now. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then. Oh, by the way, quick note, long term, I don't plan on this tank being here, and I don't even know for sure that I'm going to keep it. I'm actually planning on having a tank above each of these that kind of goes up. So we'll have like 4 tanks filled with lava, or maybe 2 with lava and 2 with blazing pyrotheum. I don't know. We'll see. Basically our fuel for this place. Rah. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's not going to stay here forever, but for right now, it's going to go right here for convenience sake. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time.